maybe just not suited. You may see a video with a thumbnail for sale and a picture of the MT. So hey folks, hope you are all well and getting out loads in the good weather. Although still waiting in summer here in Scotland. Full textiles on today. Found my old summer gloves right enough, so I'll be wearing them again, aplenty. So who forgot? What one of yous forgot? All of yous forgot. U-turn. Yous forgot about the U-turn. I went through everything step by step and I never mentioned the U-turn, so not to worry. So as you have seen in the last video, thankfully I passed my mod 1. It was easy. Well, I can say that now, it's done. U-turns were never a problem for me, so thankfully I've done the U-turn no problem. I had to do the swerve and avoid again. Right enough, I got a second take at that. I was doing 47 I think, instead of 50 kilometres. So I done that again, and I think I went through it at 53 or 54 or something like that. So all good there, but I didn't know right up until the last minute whether I had passed it or not, because I felt as if I'd went actually slower the second time around doing the swerve and avoid. But that was all psychological. So the day I went down to do it, I just drove down. I'll show you this little clip here in fact. Well, good morning folks. This is me down at the test centre in Ayr, and I'm 20 minutes earlier than I should be. To be here for 8 and I'm here at 20 to 8, but the test isn't till 8:30, so I've got 50 minutes to get my gear on, do some stretches and get warmed up I think. So I was first there, as you just seen, and then a learner bike appeared, or an MT-07 with L plates on it, and that was Abby from Harley's, and she'd ridden down herself. She was just meeting 3 guys down there. So she's not got her full licence, because she's only 23 I think she said. So she can't ride the unrestricted MT-07s. So she had to take the restrictor off the bike, then put it back on again before she went back up the road on it. So I'm waiting in the little waiting area, and another guy comes in. He was called John as well, and there was George from first mod 1. So I'm like, George, no way, second time lucky for you then? He's like, no, this is my third, mate. He'd flunked it and hit a cone on the swerve and avoid. If you remember, he done an emergency stop instead of a control stop, whereas I done a control stop instead of an emergency stop on our first attempts. So I passed, and I seen Abby, and I said I'll phone you later to arrange my mod 2. So I left it an hour or so after I was back up the road to give her time to get back up the road. I said, how did the guys get on? Because I just had to go back to work, so I just left them to it, so I didn't see them doing their tests. So I said, how did the guys get on? And she's like, oh yeah, John passed, or other John passed. I'm like, brilliant, how did George get on? Oh, he's back this afternoon. And I'm thinking, how can he be back this afternoon? If he failed it, he's got to wait 3 days. But no, what happened is, he forgot his driving licence. And he took all the way back up to his house. Can't remember where he said he lived, to get his driving licence. So poor Abby was having to ride back up from Ayr to Glasgow, or to East Kilbride, then ride from East Kilbride back down to Ayr, take the restrictor off the bike again so George could do it, do his mod 1, and then she would have to put it back on to come back up the road herself. So she would have been sick of that M77 that day. The smell here would knock you out, folks. It is manure with added manure booster scent, I'm sure. It is awful. Awful. So you'll be glad this isn't smelly vision. And that's if you're even watching it on your television. What do people watch YouTube on? Is a question I keep meaning to ask. Do you watch it on phones or tablets or TVs or what? I'd be interested to know. Drop that in the comments. I'm going to actually change the brake pads on this. I was going to say check, but I'm just going to buy a set and change them. I've never touched the brakes on this, and I'm almost at 7,000 miles I've covered on it now. It was around 12 when I got it, I'm sure, or just on 12. So we're getting close to 19,000 miles. And it's due a service about 20,000 miles, well, an oil service. But that'll probably get done early. If I'm getting rid of it, I'll probably do that before I sell the bike. And stamp it in the book as always. So no, it's been a great little bike. I put it on Gumtree for sale. And within an hour, I had somebody messaging me saying they'll buy it at the weekend. One of them ones, but you don't know. So within another couple of hours I got another message as well from another guy saying that he really liked it and he wanted to come and see it. And I didn't even bother getting back to either of them, and I just deleted the advert. Because at that point I was like, oh, I've just failed my mod 1, I don't really want to risk not having the bike. So I've hung on to it, and as soon as it's all official, you may see a video with a thumbnail for sale and a picture of the MT. So that will probably tell you that my mod 2 has been passed. And I was talking a while back about selling this because there's no point in me having 2 bikes sitting there not getting used. So I should really just have one. But I've been looking at other ones as well. So I might just buy something else. Who knows what. I won't even, it would be a huge surprise if I bought this one, but I have been looking at a few BMWs. No, I'm not buying a tractor like Andy GSA tractors. Can't afford one of them, to be honest. I can maybe afford a 1200, but not a 1250. shout out to Andy, go and sub to Andy if you don't already. I'm currently watching his NC 500 tour that he done a few weeks ago there. Epic stuff. I started watching Andy's channel about 6 months ago, and his first ever video, I only discovered him through a live stream in fact, but his first video on his channel, go watch it. Wow. So I thought this guy's got potential. I seen he'd upgraded his cameras since he'd shot that video, which I think was a few years back, but that was him just starting his YouTube. So some awesome footage. I won't spoil it for you. He's got a brilliant Welsh tour that he done this year as well, all with his wife on his back, Michelle. I'm sure it's Michelle. Still not ridden my CB500F since the little tiny bit of footage that I shared with you a few months back. Not even clocked up a mile on it, not 1 mile. So I'll park here for a little bit. So I've been looking at lots of things, from BMWs to Yamahas. So I'll see what I end up with, if I even do. I might not. I'm sure I'll be perfectly happy with my CB500, but... And here's something I keep forgetting to talk about. This helmet that I'm wearing. So I noticed right away, this is about the 3rd or 4th time I've been out with it, but the wind noise from it is shocking. Well, not shocking, but it's not as good as it is with a full face. Myself filming. So here's the lid I've been wearing for the last few times. It's an AGV Compact ST something, Detroit maybe, and that's just the style of it with the hexagons. So it was something I hadn't really thought about before I bought it. So it's an actual modular helmet, a flip-up helmet, whatever you want to call it. So I was unaware that you had to use the flip-up thing to put it on and off. I just thought that was for convenience. So I thought I could put that down, run all my wires as usual to my GoPro for the mic, and it would be fine. But no. You need to actually flip it up to take it off. It's too tight to shove your head in there with it shut. So I like it. It's a good looking helmet, but it's maybe just not suited. So I'll probably be using my Scorpion XO510 from here on in, which is a pity, unless I can figure out how to dampen the wind noise a bit. It's a bit hot to be wearing scarves just now at the minute while riding, so who knows. Well, there we go folks, Scottish summer. It's peeing rain now, so I'll leave you at this. Take care folks. Peace out. Cheers. Look at this. We've got a visitor. It's an R1200 GS.